So yeah, the first card you have for your past is the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, there's a lot of I think there are a lot of conflicting kind of practical things that were going on in your life at this time, and they might still be. I think they still are. And I think what you wanted to do was really take it easy, but you couldn't do that. You had all of these kind of things you were juggling, practical things you had to do. And I think you've come out of a time when you were very, very busy and you wanted to have a rest, but sadly, I don't think that happened for you because you had all these things. And I think what was taking up a lot of your time was having to help a particular person out. I'm seeing a particular person, I'm seeing a little bit of helplessness around this person. And I think you might have almost felt as if you owed them something, or you owed them help, or you felt that you were obliged to help them out. Maybe they helped you out in the past, maybe they've done something for you, or maybe you just cared about them. But there's an element of not just wanting to help them, but a little bit of worrying about them and trying to kind of make sure they're okay, that kind of thing I'm seeing. And yeah, this might sound a little bit strange, but I think helping them also meant helping someone else. And I think this other person was a little bit helpless as well. I'm seeing a lot of helplessness and you kind of having to step in. Maybe this other second person was a child. It might have been family that you're helping out, maybe. Excuse me. I'm seeing a little bit of anxiety around this, and I think the anxiety is coming from this person who you are helping. I think they're a little bit highly strung, a little bit anxious, and I think they might have even lashed out of you at you some of the time when you were helping them. I don't think they meant to do that. I don't think they meant to come and help lash out at you. I don't think they're really angry. I think this was really their anxiety speaking. I think they're in a very stressful situation and they were lashing out a bit because of that. And I think if they're still doing this to you, still going through this, because I'm getting this feeling that you might still be going through this. I know it's not great that they're behaving in this way, but try not to take it personally. Again, I think it was their anxiety talking. And I'm really getting this feeling of this being very, very difficult to deal with them. They might be a difficult person to deal with. I don't think they mean anything against you. I don't think they mean to lash out at you, or they're not angry or whatever. It's the anxiety. It's the anxiety that's making them all stressed, and then they're acting like this. So yeah, I do think this situation is going to continue for a while. I think you're helping them with something quite big. It's like a great big thing. It's like a process, I think. And it's like you want to help them, but then it's like you have to help them. You're having to stick with this. That's what I'm getting around that. So hopefully that makes some sense to you, because it's a little bit confusing. Yeah, the next card you have your past is the Two of Wands. Yeah, again, because you're so busy, you were kind of being pulled in all these different directions. I think because of that, there was something that you really, really wanted to do, and you had to kind of put that on hold. I'm seeing some kind of business idea. It was something like that, some kind of business project. And I'm also seeing some kind of partnership. There's a partnership that you were either in or you wanted to be in with someone, and I think this other person might have even been in a separate place from you, so you might have been discussing things with them remotely, and I think you're a little bit excited, or very excited, at the prospect of doing this business thing or this project, but I think you had to put this on hold to help this other person. That's what I'm seeing. I think you might have been doing little things toward this, but you had to kind of get this thing out of the way before you could embark on this project again. That's what I'm seeing around that, kind of waiting. And I think there might also be something to do with travel around this. Either you're going to travel to see this partner, or they're going to travel to see you, or there is some traveling around this business or whatever this is. I also think you might, I'm seeing a bit of money around this as well, and a kind of a lack of money, or a kind of, not a lack of money, but less money than you thought. I think you might have wanted to put some money into this business or this project. And I think what has happened, or what's going to happen, is you're going to end up with a little bit less than you wanted to put into this. And I think that's because of this person who you're helping. Now, it might be that you lost a bit of money, or you're going to lose a little bit of money because you had to take some time off work to do that. It might be that, or take some time out of business or something else. Or it might be that they actually literally needed some financial help from you. It's something like that I'm seeing. Now, if this is resonating and you're kind of questioning whether you're doing the right thing by helping this person, I think you are doing the right thing. I think you have been doing the right thing. I think you might have been a little bit more generous with this person, either with your time or your money, or with both, than maybe you should have been, from what I'm seeing here. But you're definitely doing the right thing. You're definitely doing the right thing with helping them. And I think you will be able to take up this project again. I think you will have the money or the resources or whatever to put into this, but not as much as you thought you would have. But it's going to be okay. You're going to be able to start this on a later date, and you're going to be able to have, enough to help you out. It's going to be fine. It's not going to be a disaster. That's what I'm seeing in that. So the last card you have for your past is the Empress. I love her. She's so beautiful. She looks so relaxed. I love to sit there in a dress like that and a chair like that and just sit there. My arm might ache if I was holding up that thing she's holding up, but that scepter, that big golden thing. But otherwise, and I'd like to have a crown with the stars on it as well. So anyway, I'm not going to talk about rubbish, I'm sorry. So yeah, I think you have someone, you had at this time, and you still do. I think there's someone who loves you unconditionally in your life, and you're either in a relationship with this person, or you're not quite in a relationship with this person, but this is definitely a love connection, no matter what kind of relationship it is. It's a love relationship, or it's a love connection. It's some kind of love connection. And I think if you didn't know that this person was around you, caring for you and supporting you, I think this time would have been a lot more stressful than it actually was. I think just knowing this person was around really helped you. Now, I think this person is a really, really strong person, this love connection. I think they're also very, very busy at this time, so I don't think they were physically around you at this time, or they didn't have a lot of physical time for you, but they were there for you emotionally. They loved you, they still do. They wanted to support you, they wanted to be there. Maybe you were texting them and they were listening, or maybe you were talking on the phone or something. They were there for you in some way. Even if they weren't talking for you, I think you knew that they were there around you, supporting you. Even if it was just spiritually, they were there for you. That's what I'm seeing. Now, if this is someone who if you're in a relationship with this person, or if you're just in some kind of love connection with this person, there's a lot of love coming from them toward you. It's radiating from them. It's radiating toward you. They love you so much. I just felt that I had to tell you that. Whether that you know this or not, whether they're showing this to you or not, they love you so, so much. Now, this person is a really, really strong person. Like all mothers, the Empress is a mother. People always undermine mothers, or they downplay mothers and say, oh, that's just a mother. What do? They just bake cakes and rubbish like that. No, they're the strongest people of all. They are the strength. They are the strength of the earth. That's who this person is to you. They are your strength. They're your support. They'll always be there for you. Now, if this is someone who you're just starting to see and you have a very good feeling around this, that's why. That's what I'm seeing. I'm getting very strong love feelings around this. So I just had to tell you that. So the first card you have for your present is the Five of Wands. This is the opposite of this beautiful, stable, supportive Empress. This is like the crazy chaos card. This is mad. This card is crazy. So yeah, this is telling me that you're still going to be in this time helping this person. You're still going to be continuing on with this help, I think, if this is all resonating with you. I think you're going to have to be the one that steps in and does more than you want to do. I know I was saying that you're probably helping them more than you should, but I think now I'm seeing in this card that this is needed because they're a little bit erratic, they're a little bit chaotic, maybe more than a little bit. They're quite anxious. They're kind of running around like crazy. They don't quite know what they're doing. I'm not blaming them. They're just a very, very anxious person. They're not very well organized. And I think if you want to get through this time with this person, if you want to get it over and done with, you're going to have to put some kind of system in place and count down to these deadlines, because I think there are deadlines around this. I think they have to do something by a certain time and something has to be done by a certain time. There's something like that in this. So you're going to have to help them with some kind of system because they're disorganized. And that's the only way that you're going to get through this and they're going to get through this. And then you can move on and do this project and other things that you want to do. So I'm seeing some kind of timeline that you're going to have to put in place, some kind of system to kind of combat this chaos that I'm seeing on this card. If you look at this card, no one's in charge. Everyone's messing around and fighting. There's no leader. There's no one in charge. You're going to have to be the person who steps up and takes charge. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the next card you have for your present is the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, this is about, I think you're doing so much to help this person. This is all about help and all of these things. So you're doing so much to help this person. Don't neglect yourself. If people want to help you, if people want to bring you things, do things for you, don't knock back that help. Sit there like this beautiful empress that I'm seeing here on her lovely sofa in a lovely comfortable chair. And if people want to help you, if people want to make you comfortable, let them do that. Don't overburden yourself helping this person. If you're going to help people, you need to help yourself as well, and you need to accept help, and you need to accept whatever comes to you as well. You deserve it. That's what I'm seeing, because this card's about fairness. So treat yourself fairly. Don't treat yourself any less than you're treating other people, because I'm getting a sense that that's what you're doing at this time with this help that you're giving. The other thing I'm seeing here, I'm seeing positivity and negativity in this. I'm seeing that if you are in this relationship with this person, I'm seeing the Empress card, or you haven't quite entered into this relationship, this is going to be very, very positive for you. I'm seeing that again. It's going to be very beautiful for you. But I am seeing a little bit of, I'll try and explain what I'm seeing. I think there might be some family members, and I'm seeing some older people, and I think they might not see the relationship or the connection in the way that you see it. Now, this might be due to, because I'm seeing older people, it might be a generational thing. It might just be that they don't see what you see. It could be a number of different things. Now, no relationship's perfect, of course, but I think the reason that they don't approve is not a real reason. That's what I'm seeing. They've got some wrong impression in their head, or they've got some wrong idea in their head, or whatever. And what I'm trying to say is don't listen to them, really. Just don't listen to those people. Of course, you're going to have to be respectful, whatever, if they're elderly, parents or grandparents or whatever. But don't do what they're suggesting. If they suggest that you stay away from this person or whatever, or you don't see them, whatever, don't follow their suggestions. Follow your own heart. Follow your own instincts. That is the right way to be. I think, I don't think you will anyway. But you're not the kind of person who likes to argue or fight or whatever. You don't like this kind of confrontation. So I think what's going to happen is you probably, you won't argue with them. You'll just respectfully say, well, thank you for your input, but I don't see it in the same way, whatever. But you're also not going to stop doing what you want. So I think that's the right attitude. So if that's resonating with you and that's what you're kind of thinking of doing, you're on the right track there as well. I think once I think these people represent the old you, or where you used to be, and I think you've really moved on from that. You've changed from that, from where you used to be, and they're having a problem going along with those changes or adjusting to those changes. That's what I'm seeing, but they're just going to have to, because I really think this person is really, really good for you. Yeah, the last card you have for your present is Justice. Yeah, you're balanced about this. You're not, on the one hand, that, you're not going to agree with them. You're never going to. But on the other hand, you know that their objections are probably coming from a place of caring for you. They care for you, they worry for you, and, they probably just misunderstand things. That's all it is. And the other thing I'm seeing in this card is, and I don't see this very often, but I have seen this before in your reading, so I think this is, I think there might be marriage. I think there might be marriage coming to you with this person sometime in the future. I've seen this before in your readings, marriage coming out of difficult circumstances or surroundings, and the difficulty around this is probably these people who disapprove, but you do have something very strong there. Even if it hasn't happened yet, I'm seeing this is going to happen for you with this person. I think your instincts know this. I think you are feeling this about this person. I think they bring you a lot of comfort. But these people don't see that, obviously, but you do. I'm just looking at this curtain behind the woman on this card, and it makes me think of, no one knows what goes on behind closed doors, that saying. So you know what goes on behind your closed doors. You know what goes on in your relationship, or, with this love connection. You know what happens with this person. They don't. They just see what's kind of what they're imagining and what's in their head. So they don't see it, you see it. Follow what you see, follow your heart, follow your instincts. Again, I'm seeing that same thing, and I think that is what you're doing anyway. So the first card you have for your future is the High Priestess. Again, she's very instinctual. She knows her instincts. She's spiritual. This is all about all of that kind of thing. So follow your instincts, know yourself. This is what you do. I know that you already do that, and you know this. I'm really sensing that you do know this. There's some reason why, I don't know what it is, but I keep on feeling like I have to tell you that. I'm compelled to tell you to follow your instincts and don't listen to these people. Maybe it's because because this is in your future, so maybe what's going to happen is they might start to ramp up their campaign against this connection. They might be just hinting at this time, but I think in the future they might start to say more, or say more against this connection. That's what I'm seeing. And for some reason they don't think this person's right for you. I don't know why that is, because I think that they are. Yeah, I think that's why I'm compelled to say this, because I think you're going to get some pressure from them in the future. I also think you might be feeling a little bit sensitive at this time when they ramp up the pressure. So they might hit you in a very sensitive spot. Maybe that's why I feel like I have to say this. I also think that you might be either visiting or being with these people, these relatives, at some time in the future. And so you're going to be spending a lot of time around them, and that might be when they ramp up this kind of negative campaign against this this love connection. You might have to go to an event where you see them. You might have to travel to see them. You might be spending a lot of time with them in their home. The thing I'm seeing is, if you are bringing this person with you to see these relatives or these parents or whoever this is, if that's what you're thinking of doing, I wouldn't stay in their house if I were you. Not because there's anything wrong with them or whatever. I think there might be a chance that this person who you're in a relationship with might feel hurt by something they have to say. So you might want to avoid that happening. Also, if you do get a bit stressed and you're a bit touchy and they do start to ramp this up, if you're staying somewhere else, you can always say, well, I'm a bit tired, I might have to leave now, and you can go somewhere else. You don't have to spend all of your time with them. There's that as well. I don't know if this all resonates with you, but if you know that there's an event or you're going to have to go and see them, but I just feel as if I have to say that to you. The other thing I feel as if I have to say to you is that you are on the right track with this person, this love connection. Don't let anyone tell you anything else. That's what I feel like I have to say. So the next card you have in your future is the Two of Swords. So yeah, again, I don't know if you're going to be bringing this love connection, this person you're with, to this event or whatever, bringing them around, these family members. If you are, and this is all resonating with you, again, don't put this person in harm's way. I'm not saying they want to harm them on purpose. I'm not saying that. What I'm seeing in this card is, if you look at the sword on one side and the one on the other side, this says to me two groups that will never agree. They're not going to change their mind. You're not going to change your mind. So there's no point in staying with them and arguing and talking this over. There's just no point. So yes, be polite, be nice or whatever. Don't argue with them, and get some space when you need it. So it's really a similar thing again I'm seeing in that card. Excuse me, my throat's really croaky, I'm sorry. Yeah, so the last card you have for your future is the Nine of Wands. So yeah, this is going to die down. This thing where you're helping this other person, this is all going to die down. I think you're going to get through this. They're going to be settled into wherever they are, whatever they're doing. You can move on from that person in the Two of Pentacles. And then you're going to be able to start this project again, this business thing, whatever this is. And this partnership with someone who's far away from you. I think they might even be in another country. I don't know, but they're very far away from you. You're going to be able to connect with them again. Going to be able to get right back into this. I'm getting this feeling of, oh, I'm so relieved that's over. Now I can start again. I'm exhausted. I'm a bit battle weary, like the poor man on this card, but I'm determined to push forward now with my things, with the things that I want to do. So yeah, this is the resilience card. You have loads of resilience. You're going to be really determined to start this thing. You're going to get this up and running. You're going to have it happening. You're going to have a little bit less money that you wanted, I'm seeing, to put in this, or a little bit less resources or whatever, but it doesn't matter. You're going to be able to do this. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is you've been doing so much for people. You've been helping people so much. There might be some people around you who've gotten used to you doing things for them. You're going to have to train them to not expect things from you now. That's what I'm seeing, because now you've got this big focus on your own project and on yourself. You're just not going to have the time, and really you should be able to focus on yourself. That's what I'm seeing. So just be aware of that. Be aware of having to train people who think that you should do things for them. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know if that makes sense. That's just what I'm seeing in that card. But this is time for you. This is time for you now. That's what I'm seeing.